Okay, students, we'll go ahead with the next topic, that is the next API, FCNTL. Okay, so this API is nothing but which helps user to query the query or set the access control flags. Okay, and along with this, it can help us to see the that is close on exec flag also. Okay, so it is a txec file that will. Okay, so for this one we have some prototype, that is FCNTL function name. Okay, so this is the API which returns integer. Okay, and takes the file descriptor. For file descriptor, some commands. Okay, what are command, what are task you want to do it, that you can send it here. Okay, so predefined commands are there that will see it. Along with that, we can send some attributes. Okay, here dot 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 is nothing but here we can send along with this command any argument you required, that argument you can send it. Okay, and for which file you want to modify, for that file's file descriptor we can send it. Okay, so this is a file descriptor. Now we'll see what are the commands we have it. Okay, so here this is what we have five different commands. Okay, so that is f underscore get fl. Okay, so what it will do is whenever we give this command, okay, this is a file descriptor and this command, so that time it returns the access control flags. Okay, so what all access control flags we have, those file related access control flags, it will return it. Okay, then if you want to set it, so it's already whatever we have that it will give it. Okay, so access control flags already you have studied those things, it will give it. So that you read only or write only, all those things it will give it. Then here next one is if you want to set it or you want to clear it. Okay, so there's nothing but set or clear control flags that you can do it. So along with this, whatever you want to set it, that extra part you have to give it in the third argument. Okay, so the command after that, if you want to set it anything, you here you have to give it. Okay, so for example, if you want to append it or non-blocking call, that is we studied as a o underscore non-block. Okay, so like that, if you want to do it, so you have to give as a third argument. This is the command, then third argument you have to give it whatever you want to do. If you want to add more number of things, so then you have to give as a using bitwise operator. Okay, so those are flags whatever you have, so those all flags you have to use it by bitwise operator and you have to give it. Then next command is get fd. Okay, so f underscore get fd, here this is nothing but returns close on exec flag of a file referenced by the f descriptor. Nothing but file descriptor whatever is referring it for that. So whatever flag, this flag is set or not, it will give it. So what is this flag is nothing but here parent. Okay, if it's calling a fork, okay, any process is calling as a fork, so there is a child process whatever will be there that will inherit some properties. So along with inheriting some properties, and here whatever files are open, that file related fds are also will be given to the child. Okay, so like that, is it set or not? Okay, depending on this flag only, those fds are shared with the child. Okay, so what is the status, we can see it. So inherit properties allowed or not, like that. Okay, so close on exec, there is nothing but here whenever you are calling that child is calling exec, so that time you have to close it whatever fd is already existing on are there, or it has to continue it. So for that you have this flag. Okay, so then here one more thing is you here get information is there, now you want to set it. Okay, so set or clear this flag, so you can set it or you can clear it. So set in the sense you will give the value as a 1. Okay, clear you will give as a value as a 0. Okay, so that's you can inherit or you can't inherit, like that. Okay, then next one is new command, that is a dupfd. Okay, so this is nothing but duplicate it. Okay, duplicate the file descriptor, whatever file descriptor whatever we have, for that one more file descriptor will be created. So two file descriptor for same file entry will be there. So I think we have already one unix command also, dup and dup2 also. So those internal however it will work, same thing we are doing here. This is something but for whatever file you have, so this file for that file descriptor command we are giving is you have to duplicate it. So for same file you will get the one more file descriptor. Okay, so depending on these things you will get the return value, different return value you will get it. So this is what fcntl. Okay, now let's study about LC KPI. Okay, so LC KPI is nothing but here we are saying is a wherever offset is there, there is a by default. Whenever you are opening it, it will be in the starting first. It will be pointing to the first byte. Okay, so if you want to keep somewhere that is in the end or in the middle or something offset you want to give it, so that time normally to change that offset pointer we will use as a LSIC. Okay. So how LSIC will be used is LSIC, this is the EPA. Okay, so file descriptor, then position with respect to what that will give it whence. Okay, so it's something but from the beginning or from the current position or from the end. Okay, this position is given. Okay, so here for example, so whatever position is there, so this position is nothing but number of bytes it will add it. Okay, so you will be having the three things. There is a hence location here, whatever this third argument is there is a hence location. Is a if I given as a seek underscore cur, this is a current location. Okay, so whatever current pointer is there, that location. Okay, or you can give as a seek underscore set. It means it from the beginning take this many bytes. Okay, or you can take it as a seek underscore end. It's from the end take these many bytes. Okay, so take these many bytes backside, so like that you can give it. So this is a position from where you want, and this is the number of bytes where you want to move it. Okay, how many number of bytes you want to move it, that we will give it. This is a file descriptor. Okay, so this is what LSIC. Then next one is link. There is nothing but here already existing one file will be there. For that one more link you are giving it. So whenever you will give this link, so by default what will happen is inode number will be incremented. Okay, so how we can give the link is nothing but here we are saying as already existing file should be there. For this one condition, first condition, existing file should be there, then new link you are giving it. Okay, so it's a link, so already existing file link that will give it, then new link whatever you want to do it. So this is here, this if you saw this char is there. Okay, there's nothing but actually path you are giving it. So you can give as normally some absolute path, and you can give the link. Okay, so reverse of this one is unlink. Okay, so that is whatever links are there that you want to delete it. Okay, so whichever link you will give, that link will be deleted automatically. Okay, but we can't do unlink for the directories unless and until you have the supervisor privileges. So only supervisor privilege can do the unlink for a directory. And same thing if you want to create a normally hard link, you should require as a supervisor privilege. Same thing here also, to unlink the directory you required a supervisor privileges. Okay, the next one is stat and fstat. Okay, so two things are there here. This is nothing but whatever file attributes we have, so that file attribute related information will get it. Okay, so if you remember previously also, already we studied, there is one structure also there as a stat. Okay, so this is a structure, so it has all the 11 attributes of a file. So that is these in detail we already studied. Okay, so it's how many links are there, what is the permission. Okay, device file or character file, whatever file type is there. Okay, then change of access time. Okay, modified time. Okay, so these all things are there, file size, all those things. Okay, so that structure information you can retrieve it. Okay, so here stat, this is function API we are calling it. So path will give for that path, that is a file. Okay, so this is the structure we are getting it. Okay, that's nothing but in this whatever we given the structure information we'll get it. So we say we'll receive here only. Okay, so same thing, this is a file path we given, then that attributes, all attributes we are receiving it. So reverse of this one is nothing but you may have the, instead of file path you may have the already opened FD. Okay, this file descriptor you may have it. So for that FD you can get the all the status. Okay, so here you can pass the file descriptor, so that's why here fstat. Okay, so you can pass that one and you can retrieve it. Okay, these all information will get it. Okay, so okay, and I think here if the path specified in a stat is a symbolic link, okay, then attribute of a non-symbolic file is obtained. Okay, then to avoid the this LStat. Okay, so it's a non-symbolic link, normally it will obtain. So to avoid this one, so always you will use a LStat. Okay, so for a symbolic link file, normally we'll use lstat. So file path, then so whatever you required in that structure, again the information will receive in this one. So normally variable, whatever you can give it. This is the program which contain all